Happy almost fall. It's the end of summer. It is September 1st and there are people mowing their lawn. My husband's one of them, so I chose a really bad time to record this, so hopefully you can hear me. But I am back in the garden after growing the best thing that I grew this year, which is my newborn baby. So I have delivered, I have given birth, and that has been the highlight of the summer despite this wonderful garden that we put in. And so I'm out here today. I have already kind of been out here intermittently over the last couple of weeks trying to weed it and get it back under control because it's been chaos, which you've seen in previous videos. So I'm just trying to weed it and kind of get it under control so that the weeds don't become crazy next year for us. But I wanted to do another tour as we get near the end of the season here to kind of show you what's going on. So we have the ground cherries here and they've done really well. We have 3 plants and I'm harvesting them regularly every day. Not like a crazy abundance of them, but like enough to try. I don't know as if we'll have enough for like creating a jam or something like that, but it is, it's cool to get to try something that I haven't tried before. I think this is probably, as far as production goes, and taste, surprisingly, this has probably been my favorite plant, and it is this this sun sugar yellow cherry hybrid tomato, and every day there's new ripe tomatoes on there. It tastes super sweet. It's the only tomato that I've ever really liked raw. So, and then I have this sweet, I thought it was a banana pepper, and it is a sweet pepper plant, I think. But we only had like 3 on here earlier, and all of a sudden it's gotten a lot taller and it's been doing fairly well, and we have a few more that are coming in on it. There's a bigger one. Where did I just see it? There we go. And then there are 3 jalapeno plants down here at the bottom. And we've gotten some jalapenos off of it already. I want to say like 4, but I'm hoping that like there's some flower buds about to open up. We'll get some more on that. I don't expect these 2 pepper plants over here to do anything. This pepper plant is, like I said, 2 years old. I guess a year old rather, but I planted it last year. And we had some that came right away, and then it stalled for a bit, and now it's producing again. There's a bunch of little ones like coming in. Our cucumbers, I am disappointed with. It's just kind of died out on us. So I have to figure out what I want to do about that. I'm thinking about trellising it next year. But yeah, we harvested some in the beginning, and then there's a bunch of little babies, but then they just kind of do this weird thing where they get fat and then turn different colors really quickly before they're even done. So, but there's still green on them, so I don't know. But yeah, so see, like there's this guy, but before we can harvest him, he's probably gonna look kind of like that guy. So I think it's because we ended up moving our water drainage system over here on accident, and I think it may have killed them. So I cleared out this bed. It was pretty disastrous. We harvested the kale and the lettuce, and the spinach didn't do well in it. So it's here. And I'm planning on planting some spinach and some lettuce and some kale in here again, especially as we get into cooler temps with fall, which it's been gorgeously beautiful the last 2 days with the weather and the temperatures and everything in the 70s, so it's been really nice. And then over here we have our potatoes. So I had harvested this row here and this row, which is nearly gone, and I will tell you why in a second, is also the same row that we planted from this at the same time that this row was planted. And then this row here, and then this little row here, which didn't do a whole lot, was the second row. And I think we have a groundhog or a mole is what we have. I think we have something like that coming through, but then we also have had an ant infestation that has totally taken out like this entire row up until this point. So that is another thing that we have to figure out for next year. But yeah, I was holding off on harvesting this row because we were just getting really small potatoes when I went and did that one. So I was holding off to see if longer, cooler temps as we moved into fall would change it at all. But I have a missed opportunity because the ants are getting to them before I can. So I'm not sure. I'm probably going to try to pull these very, very soon. But then we have okra, which has shot up, and I've harvested 2 already, and then there's 2 coming on there. And then over here we have our onions, which some of them are looking pretty good. They're bulbing, but they definitely need way more time in order to get bigger, so I'm holding off on those as well. But they're coming in pretty strong. And then the second batch of onions that I had planted over here, as you can see, a few of them are popping up. I don't know if they got overwhelmed with weeds, because this whole area was overtaken by weeds as well, or what, but they're not really doing that great. Like these guys were the ones from seed, and these are the ones from bulbs, like the little starter bulbs. And then I planted carrots back there. I just scattered a bunch of seeds, and like a couple of them came through. Like I scattered a whole packet of seeds just to see what would happen. And I found a couple of the larger ones kind of over in other gardens that must have gotten scattered either by wind or animals or birds or whatever. And I just replanted them in this area. But yeah, they didn't really do so well. This is my next project. I have to come in here and get rid of the weeds. This is where we have our garlic. And then I'm gonna lay down cardboard and dirt so that we can prepare it for planting garlic in October for the next year. We've got over here, again, this whole bed was covered in weeds, as was this one over here. This is where we have our loofah gourds and also our Kajari melons. The Kajaris died out over here on the side that I had planted. I had planted 2 other plants and they didn't do anything. They just died. And I don't know why that happened. So then I replanted one over here. There's the original third, and then there's another one, and then these 2 up here. And then I had planted a 3rd one, and that one didn't germinate. So these guys are here, and they've taken a while to get started, as Kajaris do, especially since they were planted later. But they have flowers, so they might produce. What's really cool is that we noticed the other day, in the midst of all the weeds, we have a melon. So that's really exciting. And then even more exciting than that, I noticed yesterday while I was in here, cleaning up, that we actually have more than one, if I can find it now. Oh, here we go, the little fuzzy guys. So we actually have more, and there's some more up there too. Hello, Edgar. I see you. I see you. So that's exciting. And then our loofahs have done a really nice job filling out. But up until this point, I had not seen any gourds actually developing. But there was one that came through, and then it died. I'm pretty sure this is one right here. And then it just shriveled up. But on the other side of the fence, there are some little babies. see if I can see any of them real quick. Where are you, babies? There are a couple other like really, really tiny babies that look like they're about to pop. So there are some. So we will see what happens. I think it's just slow going. And then the ginger here has done really well shooting up. And then over here we have the spaghetti squash, which there was a vine here that died, but it did produce one spaghetti squash that is now turning yellow. And I'm just leaving it out here. We haven't had any issues with pests or anything, so I'm just leaving it out here to ripen a little bit more in the sun. And then we have a couple other spaghetti squash. There's one there, one over there, and then another one right there. I'm hoping we can get some more. I'm surprised that this hasn't taken off as well as I would have expected. Usually the spaghetti squash, there's an overwhelming amount that comes with it. So, but it could be the mold. We haven't gotten any pumpkins from the pumpkins that were planted over here. I'm really hoping, I don't know if we don't have them, if we're missing a male plant or something like that. I don't know. Or a female plant. My husband Jonathan is planning on taking a closer look at that to see if he can, you know, manually pollinate. But then we come over here and our sunflowers bloomed. And you'll notice that they're so heavy because they're so big that they just droop over. I'm so stoked to harvest these. I'm waiting for this one, the seeds to hopefully darken before I harvest it. So our cabbage, I've neglected to spray more BT on it. I mean, these two, the two on the ends never did anything. I mean, honestly, it's just a cabbage, which sounds horrible, but to keep up with the BT and everything, I kind of gave up on it, especially when the broccoli decided to do this. So, you know, it is what it is. I pulled this one out and gave it to the pigs, and I'm planning on doing the same for the other two. And at this point, I'll probably do that with the cabbage as well, which, I mean, it's still getting used. And then we have our tomatoes. These are the Romas. So they're starting to ripen. I'm very excited about it. So we've got some ripe Romas coming in on both sides. And then these are the grape tomatoes. So we've already picked quite a few of those. And then these are the yellow pear. And I tried them. I thought they'd be sweeter because they're yellow, and they're not. I'm not quite sure what to do with them. That's one of my research projects in the next couple days. And then same with over here, the Brad's Atomic. I have no idea what to do with these guys. I really just wanted different tomatoes this year, and I was trying a couple new things, but I don't even know when they're ripe. Like, they're not falling off the stem. They're very, very hard. Not super, like, this has a little bit of push, like you can feel the juices inside. None of them do. Like, they've been hanging out on these vines for a while. And I tried one, and it, like, didn't taste very flavorful at all. Like, it didn't even really taste like a tomato, so I don't know what's going on with them. Our beans have been doing really well lately. Every day I come out and I find more on them, so that's pretty exciting. These are doing really well. And then there's another one over here. I can already see a bunch of them on there. And then our zucchini plant is looking a little worse for wear. Some powdery mildew. It's eating at the leaves. But we still are getting zucchini pretty regularly. And then I harvested all of our carrots, planted them, and we've got some more that are coming up. And these are with the the pelleted seeds. So when I just scattered the seeds in the garden bed, they didn't do like anything, but these have done amazingly, and I don't think I would be successful with carrots if it weren't for that. I also think that the raised garden bed has a huge, comes into play huge with it. Because again, I don't know if it's the ground or if it's the fact that they're not pelleted or what, but much easier to control in a raised garden bed. So this is where I'm going to do carrots from now on. But yeah, so that's kind of the whole garden at this point. Making headway, making progress as we near the end of the season. Part of my goals today is to actually come in here into the marigolds and deadhead the ones that are looking a little less pretty, that are looking kind of browned up and dead, and then I'm gonna seed save. Hello, baby. Hello. Yes, Edgar, I know. You're right there. I know. I know. Can you not bite me? Stop biting. Stop biting. Do you need me to pick you up and walk you around the yard? Stop pulling at my shoes. Stop. 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 What are you doing? Come on. Hi, Henrietta. Hey, girl. Hello, babies. Good morning. Good morning. Alright, look at these big boys right here. Look at them. Look at them. Back when they used to both fit behind the pallet all nicely. Crazy. Hello. Back when you used to fit in the truck. Look at how big you guys are.
And so she, guess what? She just making me.
She walks like such a chicken. She like does that thing.
I know, I saw her over there and she just made me smile. Babies! Come here, babies! 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 Babies!
You gotta shake the bag just to get some. I mean, they're coming, but that bag needs to run.
You don't have the bag anymore. Where is it?
Girl, you need to either be up or down because you're going to knock my food over.
You know what I love? Is when there's a bug flying and they chase it. Because a hornet is big and bad until there's a chicken right there. And then chicken's like, oh, dinner.
Bebe. Bebe. Hello, Bebe.
Daddy? I'm not done taking a step to move
Yeah, but you ain't Christian.
it.
Henrietta.
You ain't Christian. I think the White Rocks were like a fantastic choice.
Miss Frizzle. Miss Frizzle.
Except that she's not so crazy.